Hello, this is Solomon Davis from Right Side Trading, where you can learn to trade on the right side with confidence. Today is December 9th, 2016, and this is my weekly trade review, where I review my morning NASDAQ trades, where if the first 5-minute candle is red, we trade down. If the first 5-minute candle is green, we trade up. I'll let you know this is all for educational purposes only. Let me go scroll down here to our disclaimer and bring that up. Read it. Trading is risky. Trading, you will lose money. Check with your financial advisor. Check with your significant other. See if trading is something suitable for you. All our products and services are provided solely for educational purposes only. Let me jump right into the recording, and let's take a look what's going on. What happened this previous week. As I said, this is my weekly trade review. Today is December 9th. This is the trades for December 5th through December 9th. Visit us at rightsidetrading.com if you need any more information or details on this or would like to get some training. Email us at our info at rightsidetrading or give us a call. Okay, what I usually like, what I've changed up and what I like doing these days is it's actually doing a weekly review of the market itself. The market itself is at the top. Weekly and monthly are at the top. We'll take a quick look at that. Let's switch over to the charts right quick, where I can show you that. I'll switch over to here. I was just recording a day trade and I missed it. I didn't. Recording didn't come out that well. I was kind of coaching through it, but let me bring up this. And what I like to doing is looking at a monthly chart first of all. And on the monthly chart, I'm still saying this is my top over here. And we're still trying to break that. We're getting into that area just now today on the Qs. And the Qs and the NASDAQ, what I actually trade, the future NASDAQ, are both the 100. So I am kind of comparing apples to apples and all. So that's why I'm saying we're at the top. We're trying to break that top. If you can see right where we're at. If you go to the weekly chart, also on the weekly chart, I'll zoom in a little bit. For last week, I was saying we was in a pullback. Now and then at the end of the week, I said, all right, go long. Every dip buy. This thing was going from, if we look on the NASDAQ chart, it's going all the way back up. So let's take a quick look at the NASDAQ on the future market. And what we see here, got a lot of stuff in there, but it's not that bad. You can still see the candles. We was right here at this point here. It was 47 something. We didn't get down to 4,700. I said at 4,700, we'll look for this thing to go all the way back to 4,900. We're not quite there yet. We're at 48.92. So that's not bad for a trader here, and look like we're pointing a weekly bullish engulfing. Look out for that. This market might still try to roll at this top here for a while. We might finally break this top come next week. So that's all I really want to say on that, on my weekly chart review. So I do expect this look like, all I can say, I look like it may break these tops next week. So let me switch back over here to the presentation. My change, I hope you're seeing that screen. So as I say, the NASDAQ is at the top. The weekly and monthly is also at that top, and I'm expecting it to break out of that top. Now on the day trades, on the morning NASDAQ future trades, where I trade the 9:30 open, the 5-minute candle, red we trade down, green we trade up. We look to lose no more than 5 points, but as you know, on my real trades, that can be anywhere from 5 to 10 points. We look to profit 5 points or more, and if you've seen on my real trades, it's usually 10 points or more. And the thing is, what I'm going to start doing now for the next 3 to 4 weeks for the remainder of the year, I'm going to start adding in a little bit more information on how I actually, why some of these trades are no trades, why some of these trades are only 5 points. And the good trades, it's usually no explanation. You can just see it. Well, I'll give you some explanation on some of the good trades, because again, maybe you don't. If it's new to you, you don't see it the way I see it. On December 5th was down, no trade, because that first 5-minute candle was greater than 10 points. The same thing on December 6th. On December 7th, it was up for 5 points to the pivot, because it was only 5 points because the pivot was within 5 points. A lot of times I would pass on those those trades. But again, as you can see, if you see some of my trades, I did a trade this morning that I'll show you if its video came out okay. You trade up to a pivot, then you trade down from that pivot. And that down pivot from that day was actually a good trade. On December 8th, it was down, no trade. Again, we had that first 5-minute candle greater than 10 points. This morning, the trade was up, and it was good for 10 points. Although I wasn't able to nail that entry, that next candle, it just took off from the close of the previous candle. So again, that's where you try to get into those trades, not chasing it, but maybe if you can get in 1 to 2 points higher than that previous candle close, that's good. If you get in higher, I usually, the way I trade, I look for a pullback and I have another buy order, although I got in kind of high. And because again, I don't expect to make as much on the trade where I got in kind of high based on what I'm seeing in the market this morning. I was only looking to make 5 points on that trade, the first trade that I entered. But then it came back down to my entry point that I wanted to get in the trade at, and I was able to get my full 10 points or more. And we'll take a look at the charts and we'll see that. So let me swing back over to the charts. Apply change. Let's go to 5-minute daily. Let's go back here. As you can see, this market has just been slowly going, not really even slow. It's been going up pretty aggressively. You know, but it's just kind of like I was talking to some guys on Monday. I told them buy every dip. When you see this market dip, pull back, buy it. You know, and each day, each morning, you always get a little dip, and you can buy it. Dip, you buy it. But let's zoom in and take a look at what happened on these 2 days. This first candle being 10 points or more was no trade. Would have been a down, and you would have got stopped out if you actually took that trade. So that's why those are no trades most of a high percentage of the times. So that's why I do it that way. This trade, this right here, was a big candle, also a no trade. If you did enter this one barely, it didn't even quite, because I remember this day, you might have got in at 78, but it didn't even come all the way down to 68. So you would have got stopped out of this one if you managed your trade properly and got out at only 5 points on that trade. So could have did okay, but again, no trade is the way I'm gonna record it. Because again, that's the way I like on that's one of my basic rules on that first 5-minute candle. On this trade right here, you actually would have got 5 points, and the reason you got 5 points because your target was this pivot right here. Because again, you were getting into this trade. I'm putting down this. Normally, you would try to get into this trade before the market opened around this point, as soon as it breaks this level, based on the 5-minute rule. The basic rules, you would have got into this trade right here around 80. Your target was like 85. That's all you would have got on this trade. As you can see, it did go down, and then you look to play that next best play if you would have been able to take this trade back on the way back up. But this is the one where pivot down and hit the pivot. This market had already been going down, so you've been looking for a point to sell this market. And it hit in the pivot and giving you confirmation on this downward, and you could have got into this trade at least, you know, right here. Again, I like getting in on the close of previous candles. That's 80, down definitely past 70. Even if you got in late on that trade, you should have been able to squeeze 10 points out of that on the downside. But that's not a 5-minute trade. That's the next best play trade. Let's go to the next one. This right here was down, no trade. Again, we had a big candle here. It wasn't even quite a doji, but it was a big candle. Usually when you see that, and you also got the market the way it was going, highly volatile market, these are hard markets to trade, so it's best not to take that first trade. You wait for that next best play. And then today I actually did a video on this. I got to see how that video came out. It was up and up good for 10 points. This is where I was talking about this entry here. You wouldn't have got this entry. I didn't get this entry this morning trying to trade this. I didn't get in until like way up here at 82 or something like that. Was it 82? 82? No, it wasn't. It was up here. I think it was closer around the 82 somewhere in here. It was high, you know, because I usually had 78. Yeah, because it's 78.50. Yeah, it was 82. It was way up here. And that's what I did. I waited. I did put another buy order sitting down here, and as you can see, this candle right here came down and got me in with 2 contracts, and I wrote this thing all the way back up here to this area here, to this pivot. So that's the morning trades, and that's the way I actually traded this morning. You know, I do have a video out there about the virtual trade that I did, and I got to see if it came out okay. So let's switch back to the chart and review. Apply. So like I say, the first 2 days was down, no trades because of greater than 10. 7 was up, only 5 to pivot. You could have played the pivot down. On the 8th was again a down, no trade, greater than 10. And on today was up to 10. So like I say, this was my weekly trade review, December 9th, for the week of December 5th through December 9th. And all. If you like what you're seeing here, like us, subscribe to our page, check out some of our products. Call us if you're interested in coaching or mentoring. We also do that. Check out our YouTube page where this video will be posted. If you want, check out Right Side Trading if you want to learn how to trade on the right side with confidence. This is Solomon saying goodbye and have a great weekend. Bye.